Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sports Cars. Beautiful sunny day out there and we're having fun tinkering. Got a lovely Gen 1 Indy R booster in the workshop. Looks killer in the green and black. Basically tinkering with it for the customer. Some upgrades, some changes, some developments that need doing. Had some electrical issues with indicators, fans not working, electric verse, which is why we jacked it up right now. We're going to be jumping on with that now, the guys are. Electric verse is not working properly. Few other little upgrades. If you like what you see and you're into your kit cars, guys, then why not subscribe to our channel? Press subscribe, click on the bell icon, press all, and it'll send you notifications each week. Putting in the billet pedal box in this one, which is, I'm not going to say it's easy. It's not an easy job because we've got to cut out all the old Sierra master cylinder that's in here, and then I'll, while the cameraman's looking at, I'll get the pedal box off the shelf. That's all got to be cut out, and then we put in the billet pedal box here, but there is a laser cut plate that has to be welded in the footwell, the bottom of the footwell there, and most of this, all of this has got to be stripped off, steering column out, everything's got to come out, brake lines, all new brake lines need to be done in this section here for it all to fit in. So an aftermarket wise, it is quite labour intensive to actually to get in there and do that. So do we like doing it? No. Do we do it? Yes. But it's easier when the cars come built new as a kit form, really. They'll come and get the billet pedal boxes on them, etc. It's great. So, yeah, a few other little bits to button up. We're going to get rid of the pair valve system off of here. Once that system's off, that just helps it as well. It's all in there for emissions. We don't need none of that. We're going to look at his trumpets because these have been chopped down as well. So normally you have too long, too short on here. But as you can see, someone's done, well, quite a hack job, to be honest with you, in cutting them down just to get that filter on, which I don't think is helping the engine breathe. So we'll take a look at that as well. But yeah, other than that, what a super the pair valve systems here on a Gen 1. Gen 2 they're up here. Gen 1, this system, a 4-link system, goes down to the valve system. Well, to tune the car properly, realistically, with a dyno, because that's going to be throwing air into the exhaust system here, which, you know, if you're wrapping it with a power commander, doesn't really work. To be honest with you. So yeah, on with that, but super clean, tidy car. It's an Indy R chassis, so it's an earlier chassis, and it hasn't got some of the additional bracing that we put in now in the bottom section here. In here we have bracing that goes in as standard, and all the brake lines run along that. And on the rear of the car, also it's missing the additional bracing that we put in the corners. So if the cameraman comes out, it's a bit dark, and I apologise for that, but all of these are braced in here, and the corners, and the diff is braced as we've done now. But the Indy R, the earlier ones, and same as these guys nice in here, guys. I don't know if you can see the cameraman, but see these double locking nuts. We don't do it, it's rose jointed now. Keep an eye on those. Just make sure you overpin them or put a nylock on here or cable tie to stop that. They can, well, they have been known to sort of get loose, etc. So it's something just to keep a check on. So, but super clean car, super clean. Indy R polybush, guys. It's square tube chassis, as we explained on the videos we will do. Actually, you'll see that next. Square tube chassis, and it's polybushed rather than a fully rose jointed in here, and square tube rather than round tube. Yeah, it's a killer car, nice, 50mm cage, goes well actually, but it's got a 362 diff in there. Gosh, I scolded cat up to the legal limits. It's really rapid up to sort of them tops, but top speed I think is only about 118. So, but he'll still have a blast in it.
What ratio should a booster have?
338 generally. We run with 338. Gives you about 127 then on the gearing, with a 195 60 50 that he's got on here. 15 gives you about 127. Perfect number for this. At 118, you are topping out because at 80 mile an hour you're doing 8,000 RPM in this. So at 110, it's 11,000. That's quite high on the RPM. So, but it goes like a scolded cat, literally up to 60. This thing is mental quick. So yeah, nice, clean, super clean, tidy car, and yeah, I'm sure you'd have an absolute blast. Just a brake upgrade, that'd make a huge difference to how the car drives. Next little beauty that's arrived in the workshop, this Gen 1 Hayabusa engine. This is for a factory build. You'll see that build start very, very shortly. This is from Rich at RLM Racing. Who we do all the dry sump systems with Rich now anyway and stuff. Does a great product, and this one has been tweaked very nicely. Been on a dyno, makes 198 horsepower at the wheels. So, you know, a stock Gen 1's about 155 or something. So it's had different compression pistons and cams and that done in it as well. And running these lovely Gen V throttle bodies as well on it as well. So rather than the stock ones, you've got a set of Gen Vs, very light, very light. And also running MBE management issues on it as well. So you'll see that build progress. But dry sump system already on it. Engine's already built up. Like a carbon effect cam cover on it as well. Nice killer engine. I mean, 98 of wheels. Mr. Steggles will know what that feels like. When you mark, a very, very powerful engine. And I'm sure when it fits in there, and Charles, when you see the build go, he'll be loving it on track, loving it. Right, over here at the RX5 Turbo, bit of progress on this. Not a huge amount of work because we've been tackling wiring. Because we've decided to change the dashboard on this. We're going to a DD2. So we're changing and transplanting in the new plugs and all of that for this. But while we was there, we sort of thinned it out. Yeah, what a nuisance that is. And that's quite a bit of wire that's coming out. We sort of took some of the lengths out of it and etc. And Josie's been on plugging that all in. So we'll get the DD2 on here. We've got a little one of our boost gauges as well, with the MK branded ones to go on here. So we've just, while we're here, we thought we might just go that little bit extra, and it keeps putting it back, unfortunately. But while we're there, we just wanted to make sure that when we do all of this, that we can then monitor the engine correctly and make sure we can get all the parameters for temperatures under control and monitored. So quite important, really, if you're going big horsepower, that you do have something there that tells you what's going on. Water temperature, oil pressure, of course, boost. Yeah, those kind of things that really you want to know what's going on with this and make sure. So yeah, we're cracking on, but it's been wiring for the last couple of days, really, pulling stuff out. And you know, we've got something here that's, look, I think we can trim that one down. It's got a whole ball of wire that's needs to just come out.
Wipers.
Yeah, there you go, wipers. What do you need that for? I mean, well, we will putting it in, but you don't need, it's probably about, I don't know, 10 metres of wire on there. That's totally unnecessary. So we're just pulling through the loom and tidying up as we go along as well. So great, that's the turbo one. We'll move on down to left-hand drive car. Right, left-hand drive RX5 here. Great little car in the yellow. Been on with a few jobs, so you can see the wheels are fitted front and rear on this, and we've done all the arches. These are all bonded on. All the indicators are fitted in for the IVA compliance, so you've got the 5-degree angle. We've fitted all the wiring in. We've actually done it slightly differently on this. We've run the wiring along the braided hose here and spiral wrapped it just to keep it all the wiring rather than run it along the wishbone, just to keep it a bit neater and tidier together as well. So maybe that's an option for you guys, and we'll probably put that in the build manual as well to show you. But if there's a better way of doing it and we can find a better solution, and we do. Bonnet and the nose cone, all that's been lined up and fitted, all the bonnet catches now. So we've got the SX bonnet scoop on there, looks super tidy, nice clean fit, grills and everything's going in. Obviously it'll have a mesh on this, all the indicator extensions are in pretty much now. We're just going to chuck some fuel in it maybe today and just give it a start and check and run up to temperatures as well and see what they've done. Right, S2000, Indy Classic S2000 actually, this one. As you know, we've tidied up, pretty much buttoned up everything on there, and the bonnet and the nose cone is all fitted, bonnet catches all done, and also we fitted this copper-coated CXRs. We've got Toyo R888 tyres on it, 185 on the front, 205 on the rear. They're both 60 profiles. It's perfect gearing it should be for this particular car. They're all fitted on now, done. All the handbrake mechanism finished on the back, and it gives you that clearance. We do run a spacer on that, and it gives us a wheel spacer to give us clearance on the caliper. Front arches, we just need to finish the bonding on. We've got the wiring tied up. Well, I think we'll do the same with the, as you can see with the braided hose here, we'll probably run it the same way. We'll run the indicator wiring through this section as well to tidy that up. But the main thing is, we're still waiting for the ECU. Bit frustrating, not going to lie, but there seems to be a bit of shortage on parts and getting parts from some of the electrical components these days, and most manufacturers are finding that a bit tough. So we're a bit of a standstill until that arrives with us. I mean, we have been waiting a reasonable length of time, so apologies for that, but we wanted it in and get it started. And we just got the handbrake to finish up, and then this car is going on the ground then, do the Geo, bit of IVA trim, everything else has been fitted, a couple of centre mirrors to fit and side mirrors to fit, and then that's it. All the trims are fitted now. We've done that brush finish as we said on that. Trim's all riveted on and finalised and etc. So yeah, but you've got to love a CXR wheel, wouldn't you? How killer do they look? I mean, I haven't even got the centre caps on that yet. I've got a nice chrome centre cap to go on there, but I think just this is having a carbon aero screen, so that's why it's got the carbon rings, carbon aero screen. I think it's having carbon stone guards and obviously the carbon silencer as well. So a nice little detail, nice little touch to the car as well. So yeah, killer looking car, black on black. Why wouldn't you? Let's head over to Neil. He's at the other workshop and he's going to be test driving the Indy RX5 160. Can't wait.
RX5 160 first drive, take one. This is a nice little car. So I finally got my wish where I said I wanted a windscreen and doors. And the guys have only gone and done it. They've fitted to the RX5 160 our windscreen and doors package. I'm just going to go and take it out on the first drive, see what she goes like. Now Sean assures me that this is a bit of all right, so we'll see, shall we? It's very easy to drive, I know that. Now, see what I am going to do quickly. I'm going to buckle these up so they don't rattle too much. That's one thing to do if you're on your own. Just buckle up your passenger harness because it rattles otherwise. Makes a bit of a racket. So this car's got a nice digital dashboard in it. I've got to say, I'm loving it already. What I like about the Mazda base car is that it just whistles. There's no whining. I mentioned in the Striker there was a little bit of whining, but it just whistles. The diff is so quiet. Oh my goodness. That's pretty good. That's got some pep to it. That's really quite peppy. Crikey, that really goes. So this is the 160 horsepower. It's kind of the middle of the road. Oh, this drives so nice. Goodness me. It's that's very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. It's a 5-speed in here. You can do the 6-speed, but it's the 5-speed car, this particular model. Cruises along nice, cruises along ever so nice. And I'm not getting blown to pieces, which is what I like about it. I'm not getting smashed in the face by the wind because of the windscreen and doors package. It's really quite appealing. Drives like a car. I mean, it's so car-like. Indicators are on the stalks. Ignition, I knew where it was. I don't need to look around for any of the controls. It just is so car-like. It just is. I've got a beautifully quiet differential that is. Look, I've aced it today. This is a hot sunny day, and what a cracking little car. I mean, come on. Brakes are good as well. we're on the wheelwood front calipers on this car, so this car's going to end up being turboed. It's got all the right bits on it to be turboed, but we'll see what it goes like. Clutch is nice. Clutch is really, really nice. It's got an upgraded clutch in it. But it's very pleasant. So we'll see what it goes roundabout like. It's peppy, the gearbox is lovely, it's really nice. Gearbox feels really, really stiff, and, you know, like a Winchester rifle. Handling, as you'd expect, very nice, very pleasant. Nothing too much to differentiate, but pep-wise, oh yeah, she's quick. Yeah, she's pretty quick. And comfortable now. Very, very comfortable. I'm squinting a little bit. I didn't put my sunglasses on. What a beautiful touring little car that is. All right, let's get the Dover, let's get the Channel Tunnel booked. Let's go over to France. I reckon we could drive there in this. Easy. Well, she's not got any rattles or bangs or anything like that. I mean, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. So comfy. Gearbox in this is just amazing. It really is. It's the 5-speed from the Mazda, but it is just a tight, really tight little gearbox. Super tight. Just stopped for a quick pit stop to take a couple of photographs. So it's got a lovely rasp to the engine though. Really nice little rasp to it. It's yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's main beam. But the sound, hopefully you can hear that exhaust rasping away. It's not too throaty, it's not too overboard. It's just about right. That's one of our track day silencers on there. I feel quite regal driving this. Could do that. Oh, it's certainly an adventure with these harnesses, rather than an inertia seatbelt. You forget. I'll tell you what is good. So hopefully you can see this on the other camera, but it's got a digital dashboard in this car with rev lights on it. So you just get the rev light on, just tickle the rev light. Feels very positive on the road, this car. Very, very positive. There's no play in the steering or anything like that. It's steering self-centers beautifully. I'm sold. I like it. I like it a lot. What a lovely day. So as I said before, this is the OMEX ECU on this car. It's got that 160 horsepower. I think I'll just flash this guy through. Come on. Stick indicators on the stalks. He's a bit bigger than me, so I figure that I should let him go. So I've got indicators on the stalks, which is nice. I've got all my creature comforts, well, most of them anyway. I do like that gearbox though. Quite taken with that. Very positive gear change. Very positive gear change. I don't know, in the quest for going faster all the time, people say, oh, you've got to have more horsepower, you've got to have this, you've got to have that. I've got to say, I think this is about where you need to be. As a road car, fast track, I think it'll be quite handsome, but as a road car, I don't think you need to go much more than the RX5 160. Oh, that pulls in fifth gear. That pulls in fifth gear at 35 miles an hour. So let's check out and see whether these indicators self-cancel, because I know that's a big issue. And oh, look at that. Self-cancelling indicators as well. Look, what do you know, eh? So with the digital speedo, the readout's actually pretty good. I can see what RPM I'm doing, I can see what speed I'm doing. You can toggle around all the menus on that. But the good thing is you've got the shift lights that are free with, basically they come with the dashboard. So you've got shift lights there, ready to go, ready to use. I've tickled them. I've not had it up that high, but I've got to say this is a nice place to be in here. This is a very nice place to be. So this car's running on 13-inch Pro Race 1.2 wheels, which is something the customer was really wanted to have on the car with the profile. Unfortunately, Team Dynamics no longer do them, which is a real shame. But we can get the 15s when Team Dynamics finally get their act together and get sorted out. What a car though. That is a spot-on little car. I'm cruising in fifth gear. That pulls in fifth gear at 35 miles an hour. Accelerates up in fifth gear. That's pretty good. I'm not looking to go mad with this. Not looking to drive it hard. Just to toodle it along. Nice indicator stalks. I need to go out again in that.
What can I say? We're cracking on with the builds, etc. and kits. We're trying to crack on with those as best we can and get them out to the customer. Still a sort of 12 to 15 week lead time on kits. But also if you're out there, we've got a couple of job positions here available as well at MK Sportscars. One of them's a technician and one of them's a videographer that we're looking into as well. So if it fits your bag and you're maybe a little bit bored in what you're currently doing, you want to come and be part of the MK team, perhaps just buzz us an email, look at the application, it's on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and then, yeah, we can have a chat with you as well. So, exciting times for us here. We're growing with the business and we want people to go and grow with us. So, yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Hope you like the Indy RX5 test drive, and I'll head on with what Neil said. I can't wait to get back in it. Press that subscribe button down there, guys. Like, share. Catch you next week.